hard to leave all of this behind. A couple of years, 2.5 years of work. Got an irrigation system going here that wasn't there when I came. We had water, but no one to manage it. We have feed tanks for the animals, 3 feed tanks that I built myself. We have a layer house for a couple of 100 layers, egg layers that is going into disuse because, well, there just isn't interest. This little room I built for the caretaker of the farm where he can keep some records and store the eggs, and we have a chalkboard there to record, or a marker board to record what's going on. My goal was to teach some young people about how to understand what they're doing in agriculture, not only to do the work, but which they're so commonly used to, but to be able to calculate where they can make a profit, how they can improve their profitability. So far there's a little bit of hope, and young people, I've had up to 5 young fellas, mostly under 13, 14, or up to 10, down to 9 or 10 years old, that come out and spend the day. And of course I have to pay them something, and if there was maybe some project money, then I could do more of that, but this is my personal expense. So this hillside too, we put stones in here to hold back the soil, and we've planted the bananas as well. There's a huge banana leaf right there. They're used in tamales, which is the preferred food here for celebrations and so forth. They wrap the food in banana leaf and cook it that way. Here's a shelter that one of the first ones I built virtually from scrap that we salvaged out of fallen down buildings and just junk that was around here. We salvaged what we could. I bought the tarp for the top, so that we had a translucent roof, so we have some visibility. My dream was to use this as a work area to propagate plants, and maybe a little mini greenhouse. There hasn't been any interest in working with plants. This should just look maybe over the fence here to see. This area was a junk area, virtually a dumping ground, contaminated and just almost growing nothing. We planted virtually whatever would grow into it, and we did have chickens in it for a while, did have pigs in it, so the nutrients from the manure and the uptake of the plants has revived it to a large extent. We actually have some coffee plants growing in there that, I don't know if I can zoom in on something there. There's one of the coffee plants. Here we've created another a mini retaining wall. One of the earlier things that I built here as well, so that it's a secondary stop for when we get heavy rainfalls. The water comes in behind it and fills this right up, and it seeps into the ground slowly. We planted these. It's some kind of a hybrid tree. It's actually used for animal nutrition. The animals just love the leaves. I don't know what's in it that they like so much, but they need to be trimmed back. The idea is not to let them grow big, but to keep harvesting the leaves off of them and feeding them to animals. Just a beautiful, beautiful sight. Maybe only us northerners can really appreciate being in nature like this. And you know, here I am, the 31st day of December of 2013, minus 30 degrees or more in Canada, and here we're on plus, I don't know, maybe it's only plus 25 today, but there's also, maybe through the trees there, you see a clump of bamboo. We harvest from that to build. We've built a number of chicken shelters out of actually I built a structure of bamboo and it's worked quite well. Of course, it doesn't have a lot of years of use, but here's a pen of 6 pigs. The pigs make use of just plant material, that's trim and the banana plants that have produced and are done their cycle. The pigs will eat them all up. There's banana leaves that have been thrown into them, some papaya plant is over there. Pigs have been doing exceptionally well. They're in good condition. Happy pigs growing up out in nature. So here's a shelter a chicken shelter that we built. This one doesn't have bamboo in it. We tried to vary how we build to give the people a cross-section of possibilities of what they can do with material from their area. This one here has a palm roof. That's a roof that's much like what they would build their houses out of in the villages. I built the rafters to hold it. That's the only kind of outside. Well, maybe the posts and so forth as well is maybe some, you could call it, technology from outside. Right now that pen is empty. The birds were sold and went into the Christmas New Year market for. Here we've got a little bit of a space between the two pens, between the broiler pen and the layers, and just for isolation's sake, and also again we've just planted these bananas. There's room for probably a few more plants that they could put in here to make use of the nutrition from the manure, the moisture that occurs from just animal waste and so forth. So this is a pen for of layers, probably forget what the names of the brown egg layers are, but probably the same strain as Rhode Islands, I think, or something like that. We call them. They're an international breed. Very hardy bird. They've been working exceptionally well. Not big egg production because we haven't got the management here to I could do it, but I try to offload as much as I can on the local administration, and they don't seem to feel that a chicken has to eat well to produce an egg. So even if I was to make a concentrate that had the calcium and the protein levels and the vitamins that were adequate, it wouldn't continue to happen when I leave. This area was one of the first shelters we built. Just kind of started off with a lean-to and then expanded several times from there. We've got, I don't know what, maybe 500 square feet. Here, this side is empty as well. There we've got the last of the birds. Sales of chicken has been very strong over the Christmas New Year period. So yesterday they butchered 100 birds, which is the first day we've ever done that here. And so this particular shelter, I like it because we gave it this airspace. Instead of a closed peak, we've got this open peak, as you can see, and in the hot, like when we reach like 38, 40 degrees here, we have no mechanical ventilation, so the air just moves up through that gap and keeps it just amazingly fresh for them. This little building is an electrical room from years back. We use it as a starter barn for the first couple of weeks. We keep new birds in there. I think there's like 300 in there right now. And here's another group of 6 pigs. Maybe rather than disturb them, I'll just try and zoom in on them. There we are. Look at that. Can you imagine the satisfaction that us northerners get out of animals living contentedly like that in ground, rooting around, eating worms and dirt and whatever they find, and we feed them concentrate, of course, as well. But just really doing well. The other ones are probably too full to even get up and be bothered with me. Well, another one is coming. Well, got a cough going on there. But anyway, we tried to here too in this corridor. We planted these young banana plants. We've tried corn and beans and other things, but it seems like the banana is a tough and hardy plant. It does have disease, but it seems like this strain of kind of a natural. It's not an improved breed of banana. It's just a wild banana, and it's quite resistant to disease and has done very well for us, both for producing human feed and for producing animal feed. This little bath we built here for the pigs, it will hold 4 or 5 inches of water, and when the neighbor's dog's concerned here, and so they in the hot season, now we're into the cold season, but in the hot season the pigs, all 6 of them would be packed into there, and they just lay there in the water and keep themselves cool. This is a shelter that the layer birds use. Very crude, very I don't like it. It should have been set up better than that. But anyway, there it is. I should probably mention here we sectioned off a small area that has these sabila they call it here. What's the word in English again? Oh goodness, somebody will recognize it there. Aloe vera, that's what it is, aloe vera. There has been some interest in herbal remedies here, and so the aloe vera plants were here from a previous effort that was made to utilize the area. So we just sectioned it off so that chickens didn't eat it, and who knows for what use it'll have. Maybe it'll have to be. I think they should be transplanted up into the flower beds or something. But look at this, just a beautiful site that it's something I could spend a lot of time at, and maybe somewhere I'll find a way to continue to do this. It's just that the dream of teaching what we're doing here to local people would have to change, because they're just